Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I want to give you a four-stage process which will ensure that you get your externality diagrams right every time. 4 stages. Stage 1, draw a supply and demand diagram. Stage 2, relabel that diagram. Stage 3, draw in the social curves. Stage 4, mark the overproduction and the social welfare loss. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start first with a negative producer externality, and then I'm going to show you a negative consumer externality. Negative producer externality, I've drawn the supply and demand diagram in already. This is a market quantity M, and this is the market price M. Okay, so that's our starting point. Stage 1 done. Stage 2, we need to relabel them. Let's call the supply curve the marginal private cost curve, because that's the cost that the consumer is going to have to pay. Let's call the demand curve the marginal private benefit curve, because that's the benefit the consumer is going to get. Okay, if we have a negative producer externality, that means the supply curve is going to be affected, because the supply curve is a supplier, that's the producer. We know that isn't going to be affected, and therefore let's assume that the marginal private benefit and the marginal social benefit are the same, because we haven't been told anything to the contrary. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's get the red pen and start drawing in the social curve. So we've done stage 1 and stage 2 already. Social curve in this case is if you increase the cost to a producer, the supply curve shifts to the left, does it not? The social cost is the total cost to society. If that's greater than the cost to the individual producer, then the curve must be to the left. So marginal social cost line. So we've now drawn in the social curve, and we've come up now with a new equilibrium. And that's the price, social price, and that's the social quantity. Okay, stage 3 done. Stage 4, that's how much the market wants to produce, that's how much society wants to produce, therefore the overproduction is that. Overproduction. So how do you show the welfare loss? People often get confused, where does that triangle go? Easy way to remember, go to the private equilibrium, the market equilibrium, and then from there draw a line to the social line. So there's the social line, let's draw a line to the social line, and the triangle that creates is a social welfare loss. Okay, straightforward. Does that work with a negative consumer externality? Yes, it does. Exactly the same. I've already done stage 1 and 2 for you. So I've already drawn the supply and demand diagram, and I've already labelled it. No difference. In this case, it's a consumer externality. Now, a consumer externality is when the consumption by a consumer causes damage to society. So, drinking too much alcohol, smoking too much, drug abuse, etc., etc. So, the consumption by the individual is having a damaging effect to society. So, yes, here's the benefit that the private benefit is being received, but society's benefit is going to be different. That's going to change. This isn't going to change. That's going to remain the same. So in this case, we'll say that the marginal private cost is equal to the marginal social cost. Okay, so the benefit to society is less than the benefit to the individual. Therefore, with a demand curve, if something is less, something decreases, it goes to the left, doesn't it? Therefore, let's draw in the marginal social benefit curve. Now we have a new equilibrium. Quantity social price social. Again, because it's negative, we have an overproduction or an overconsumption in this case. So this represents the overconsumption. There's a loss to society. Same rule applies. Go to the original market equilibrium, travel to the social line, and the triangle that creates represents the social welfare loss. 4 stages, you get it right every time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.